Today we've got Nathan who's joined us from Marve UK. Welcome, Nathan.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
That's okay. It's a great opportunity for us to ask questions and you know, get to know the brand a bit better and learn some more. So let's jump in. First of all, what's your role and responsibilities, Nathan, within the company?
So my role is pretty much the day-to-day running of Marve. So it's sales, service, warranty, account management, anything to do with what happens day-to-day with Marve, I have a hand in.
And that's broad shoulders, so a big job.
Yeah.
And when did Marve start?
Marve SRL in Italy started in 2009 by the owner, now part owner, Marco Santoli, and his vision was essentially he wanted high quality products to come to market, and one of those products he identified as being a gap in that market was levelling.
Right.
And they have a range of aircon units through another brand, but it's the same company, the same group, I should say, different company, same group, which is SR Mechatronic, and they also do satellite TV systems as well.
So a range of products,
yeah,
for the leisure vehicle market.
Yes, yeah.
Cool. And where did the name of the company come from?
Marve, the MA is the first two letters of Marco, and the VE is the first two letters of his wife Vera. Marve.
So
that's where it
family
came from.
company.
Family company. It's still family run.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All good. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Where is HQ and manufacturing?
HQ manufacturing is San Marino. So for Marve is San Marino, and they also make the SR Mechatronic products there as well. SR Mechatronic is officially based somewhere in Italy, and I must admit I forget where because I've never been there.
It's fine, it's just a full brushstroke, yeah. Give us a feel.
Basically San Marino, Italy.
Okay, so Italian product.
Yes.
Great, okay. What inspired the creation of Marve? What was the initial vision behind the company?
The initial vision was basically bringing high quality products to the market. I mean, Marco saw a gap in the market, he thought levelling, that was it, and back in 2009 there was really, in the UK anyway, there was only one levelling system around that we knew of, personally that I knew of. I'm not going to spread that across everyone, but there was a gap and it was becoming more and more popular, and it was one of those things that he thought there was a space to get into.
Opportunity.
But broadly speaking, he wanted to bring good quality products to the market.
And that's interesting because Bristol Caravans also started from how can we do this better?
Yeah.
So what does good look like, but how do you get from good to great? And then hopefully we're delivering that great. So yeah. A similar journey.
Yeah. What
makes Marve levelling different from other systems in the marketplace?
Marve levelling is a good quality system. You get to site, you press a button, and it will give you a level base and a solid base. We don't strive to be the most perfect level. We strive to be a solid base, and we strive to make the thing work so that you can enjoy your time in your van.
Okay.
But bubble perfect, there are very few levelling systems that get that, and we don't specifically strive for that, I must admit.
Okay.
Yeah.
From my point of view, take all that on board, we would only work with a quality product, but also there's the price element, and right now you are the best value for money product that we see on the marketplace.
The price is lower than all the other systems on the market. We've actively tried to cap our price this year and not increase it. So for the original control panel that's been in the system since 2009, that price hasn't increased. So it's the same price last year, and it was the same price the year before that, and it hasn't changed. As
an installer, I would agree. We would only fit quality products, and right now your product is the most cost effective, great value for money on a hydraulic levelling system.
Yeah.
During manufacture, how do you guarantee quality, the build, and maintain consistency?
Well, everything is manufactured in San Marino, and there is a rigorous testing process. Every system, every valve block and every system is tested fully before it goes. Everything is fully pressure tested, so we know that everything works at point of when it leaves the factory.
Okay, so there's a whole audit trail
Yep.
process around manufacture,
Yep.
so that when we get it here at the installation site,
Yep.
it's good to go.
It's been on and it's worked, so it's been up and running and worked before you've actually fitted it to your van, to the
Okay.
customer's van. Yeah.
And I'd agree with that. We don't get the problems of, oh, we've got a new one, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So okay. There's two core technologies in the leveling market at the moment: electric and hydraulic. Why did you choose to go the hydraulic route?
Hydraulics just seem to be the simplest way forward. You've got one motor, the valve block that controls everything, and the controls behind that. So it seemed to be the simplest way of doing it. The electric ones on the market, I don't know much about them, I must admit.
Okay.
So I don't know everything about all those systems. But
From our point of view, they're a lower price point,
Yep.
but there's always a trade-off, and the trade-off is they don't have the same lift as a hydraulic system.
Yep.
So lighter, lower cost, but haven't got the lift. So if you
Right.
definitely want to achieve level and the train's slightly challenging, hydraulic is the way to go.
Yeah.
So thinking about the customers now, what are the common challenges that your leveling system helps solve for the leisure vehicle owner? So what are you helping them overcome?
Well, it gives you a level van, so you can sleep without leaning over to one side, or that's the obvious one. It will give you a solid base, so there's no bouncing around. If someone gets up to the toilet in the night, there's no bouncing around waking up the other person.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
If your shower tray isn't draining, you can set it slightly off, so it doesn't. You can actually be quite specific about exactly where you want it to fit. Perfectly level is not necessarily where you want it.
Right.
And over a long vehicle, you could have a 2-inch difference front to back, and it would feel completely level.
Okay.
And you can set that within the system.
But then your shower tray drains.
Exactly.
Doesn't leak out onto your carpets. You haven't got items rolling around. You haven't got your beer spilling. So all of those good things. How do you ensure customer satisfaction and build long-term relationships with the owners of the leveling system that you've had installed?
Well, I think the key to this is customer service. If they've had it fitted and they're not quite happy with the way it's working, talk to us. We'll put it right. I mean, there's no issue we can't fix. If there is an issue and things go wrong, it does happen. We put it right. I'm personally on the end of a phone, so if I need to talk to someone, I'll talk them through it. And we'll refer you to the dealer, or you go back to the dealer that you bought it from, or something like that.
It's a good point to ask about warranty then. So what's the warranty with your system?
It's a 3-year warranty, parts and labour. So within 3 years, there's no cost to the customer at all. You basically go back to a dealer. Usually it's better to be the dealer you bought it from, because they have a vested interest in making it right as well.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have to, you can go back to any of our dealers, and they will all be able to help you in some way.
Okay. And if they can't get back to the dealer, is there some sort of mobile solution or something if all else fails?
If all else fails, then things can be arranged. We don't officially have an on-the-road engineer, but I've got I've got one on at the moment where someone needs my help, and we have to get over to site, and it's probably going to be me or my colleague that goes over there, and at least we're not going to fix it on site. We'll basically get the rams up and make sure it can be safely driven, and then we'll refer him to a dealer, or we'll bring him back to our base in Birmingham.
Okay, so what I'm hearing here, to summarise, is you're here to help and you want to give a great customer experience.
Exactly, yeah.
Cool, that's what we're all after, really. Have you got any success stories where the system made a significant difference to the customer? Have you got anything that sticks in your mind?
There was a story of an installation that we did once where the reason why the customer actually had the levelling system fitted, and it was an unhappy ending to this, because he had levelling blocks, and one of the levelling blocks shot out and hit his mum, who was quite elderly, in the kneecap. And it was kind of one of the very good reasons why a levelling system is a lot safer than some of the other options. And levelling ramps are usually not the thing.
No.
especially if you're trying to get a good 6 or 8 inches of level, which is what a normal levelling you're going to
my
get.
concern is often that if you're in the driving seat, you can't always see to that near side front corner where probably your partner, the one that you love, is manhandling a block in the snow or the rain, and rubber on plastic is slippery, and you're one incident away from the hospital.
Trying to hold a block in position while a 3-ton van drives off it.
It's never a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Okay, no, that's a good point. Good point. How do you approach customer feedback when developing or improving your products?
Generally, customer feedback comes through phone calls. It's conversations. So no news is often good news. If you don't hear anything, then you must be doing something right. You go on if you get the issues. So if you get an issue come in and you've got a problem with this, if they all all these issues are any issues we have are recorded, and we basically say, well, we seem to have a lot of these. What can we do to adjust this? And there's constant developments being done to the product. So we've got software updates happen at least a couple of times a year, and things like that. There's more updates coming. So this year we're launching a new control panel at the February show, and there's also another external inclinometer on its way as well. So we are actively that's a few months away yet. It's not available yet. We don't know when it's coming out, but it.
And just to date stamp this conversation, we are February 2025. So if you're watching this in the future, that's the timescales we're talking about here. Okay, so you're listening to feedback. Feedback's not just going to come from the consumer who owns the vehicle, but you're also going to get feedback from people like me and your other installers around the UK.
Indeed, yeah. Well, we regularly have conversations like this. So we do training like we did today, and all that kind of thing. So we always looking for ways to improve, and that we can feed back to the manufacturer, back to Marve.
And how do you think the UK compares to Europe? This is an Italian product. I put this question in because the last time I went to the Caravan salon, I walked in along the river. There was a massive car park they'd set up for motorhome campervan owners who were visiting the show, and as I walked in, it was well over 50% of those vehicles were up on some sort of levelling. It was mainly hydraulic. How does the UK feel compared to EU?
Well, in the EU there's a lot more motorhomes. We have more caravans in the UK, so in the EU it's a lot more motorhomes. People drive further, people spend a lot more time in their van. So people from Germany will go down to Spain. You get a lot of people going down there, a lot of people travelling distance. So I think the market is obviously bigger. How much bigger? I don't know. I'd have to. I really
wonder what the ratio is today. Is it 1 in 10 owners have a levelling system, and could that become 5 in 10? Is that the opportunity? So it's quite an interesting time.
Yeah, it could well be. I mean, levelling it's kind of the in vogue product. It has been for the last 4 or 5 years now. It's been the thing that people are most likely to put on their van. And as talking to anyone, once you've had a levelling system, you never not have a levelling system. So if you're thinking about, it's a bit kind of a lot of money and it's this and it's that, once you've had one, you don't go back. Once you've had it, it gets moved to the next van, or you decide it's going to stay.
That's the key, isn't it? It's taking it off of one vehicle and then refitting it to your new vehicle. And subject to maybe a change on rams and brackets, if you've got exactly the same layout underneath, then you could literally remove from one and put onto the next.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, good, all good stuff. Finally then, where can people find you online and read about your products?
So our website is marve-ve.co.uk, and they've got all the information there. There's a phone number if you want to speak to someone, and I answer the phone, so you can talk to me. And of course, Oakley at Bristol Caravans, he can also answer those questions, and his team there can give you all the information.
And you've got a network of dealers across the country.
Indeed, yes.
So if there's someone nearer to you, then by all means reach out to them. If you if you want to reach out to us, have a look at our customer reviews first. Got to plug that because they are quite good. We'd love to help you. We also have touring pitches here on site, so if you are coming a long distance, we can put you up as well. Great, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Until the next time.